Good afternoon, everyone. This is Christian with PerfectStockAlert.com, a 100% free service for smart investors and traders. All we ask in return, please refer a friend. Today is Tuesday. It's May 15th, 2012. Typically, we've actually already gone over a lot of the coverage I need to give you guys for the U.S. market. So I'm going to pick up a few of the outliers now that we track on our PerfectStockAlert.com website. Also, I wanted to let you guys know that I've now added a new one. One of our users, Mario, asked us to begin tracking Italy's market, so we are now doing that. It's on the website as well. I don't really see anything on that chart that I can give you any guidance on right at this moment, but I'll keep an eye on it. If I see something develop that I think we can use, I'll let you know about it. For now, let's just have a look at a couple of these charts here. Looking at Australia's market last night, or yesterday I should say, I saw this setup here, the shooting star formation forming there, and that looked like to me it was fixing to roll over, but I wanted more confirmation, so today we got that confirmation. We started to roll over to the downside, so there's another opportunity for you to go short if you're looking for them. That's what you should be looking for in this market right now. Only short opportunities. There's no reason to be going long any market that is out there, that, at least that I track. So everything out there, unless it's an inverse play, should be on the short side. Now we can get bounces whenever you get in the ultimate oscillator situation where you fall down below the 30 line. You'll see a lot of charts out there doing that all over the place. So when you see that, tighten up your stops. If you get a bounce, then you get stopped out, fine. Then be looking for a new opportunity to get short again. You saw the same situation here. You could have been stopped out when you pulled back below the 30 line here. If you had been short here, we weren't. But if you had been short here, advancing the stop to the high of each candlestick, just continue to move low as each candlestick forms. Eventually, on this one, you were stopped out here, and that would have given you the profit, and you would sit back and wait for a new opportunity. Well, now you've got a new opportunity right in front of you. I would take that because this low point here, and here is actually 2 days there. You had a support right there. Well, that has broken down. Now you're getting a breakout right here. I'd be shorting that, looking for a test of this low, and I don't believe this low will actually hold. So that's a trade you can have if you're looking for one. The French CAC 40 index. This one I have not really advanced my stop on it because we had some support right down here that we had bounced off of, and we saw the opportunity to go short here, so we took it the next day as being the actual signal. So when we have this situation here, we see downside potential here before you get to this previous support, which is where you're going to start misbehaving if you're looking at this from a short perspective. You're going to start to see the market begin to fight because there is a support there, but we don't believe this support will hold because it's not a hammer candlestick formation, etc., etc. So we expect you will break down. So I didn't tighten up too much on the stop there. You could have. If you did, you were stopped out today. That's why I didn't do that, because I didn't want to get stopped out for no particular good reason. Now I want to take the stop loss limit is up here and move it down here. 1 cent above today's high, basically at this previous support, which is now going to be acting as resistance. We talked about that yesterday as well. You saw that in the U.S. markets, and now we're heading lower here. So advance your stop on this one, or you can even take a position on the short side, but keep your stop in the same place right here. You want to keep a tight stop. If you do get a reversal, bounce to the upside, fine. But I would actually look for this to keep moving lower until your ultimate oscillator pulls back down here to the 30 line or below the 30 line. That's the place which you start looking for or expecting a bounce. Having a look now to BSE, or the India Bombay Stock Exchange. We've been short this one for the past few days, about a week or so. And you'll notice on this one here, we're actually starting to see a reversal happen here, or potential reversal. You have not seen a higher high yet, so you just keep advancing the stop. The stop is now 1 cent above today's high. But again, notice the ultimate oscillator and that 30 line right there. When she falls to that point or below it, that's where you start looking for and expecting to see a jump or bounce, something. It doesn't have to be a big one. It doesn't have to be one that you trade to the upside. In fact, I wouldn't do that. That's a higher risk scenario because you're counter trend trading. But in this case here, if we get stopped out and we start to move higher, I want to look for another entry opportunity on the short side. And I know that we've already talked about this. You had this major support line here, and once you've closed below that, then you see a breakout to the downside. You can start shorting that, which is what we did here. But now this support that we talked about that's broken down is now going to start acting as resistance, and it's going to be about in line with the 50-day moving average at that time. So these are some areas of resistance that you can expect to show up if we start to move to the upside. Another reason not to go long here. You don't have a lot of upside. Looking now at the TSX, or the Toronto Stock Exchange, you should be advancing your stop loss limit to the high 1 cent above today's high, basically, because the ultimate oscillator indicates that we are now below the 30 line. Now remember, just because you fall below the 30 line, that doesn't mean you go buy stocks or you start really betting on a bounce. It doesn't matter if it looks oversold on the RSI or the slow stodge, the ultimate oscillator. No matter what it looks like out there, you need to remember that in very bearish conditions, you will actually fall down below the 30 line in this particular indicator and stay down there. You will just continuously move sideways underneath that area. It'll be pegged out in the very bearish condition when that happens. So just because you get down there doesn't mean you're going to have a bounce, something of that nature. But at some point you need to analyze it and say, okay, we're getting to the point where we could start to find bounces in this area, so I need to tighten up my stops. That's the main thing you want to do here. Again, this particular candlestick formation shows no reversal, no bottom here. There's no hammer formation. It's nothing. It's a continuation signal lower, and it's actually a larger candlestick than you saw back here. And if we actually look at this chart and say, what's it all telling us? Well, it's telling us something very obvious. Buy pressure used to be at this point, backed away to this point, backed away to this point, backed away to here, and now they're still running. Bears on the same time frame, and the sell pressure is getting stronger, 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 stronger. I would not be a buyer of these markets. Okay, I've got a few announcements to make. If you've not been to our free website at perfectstockalert.com, it's right there. It's 100% free. All we ask in return, please refer a friend. For those of you who are sending me charts asking, why aren't you issuing any more trade alerts? The reason being that we are in a major sell-off in the market, and I don't see any purpose behind going out there trying to find strong accumulation stock out there, because it's not going to be happening right now. The markets are in sell-off mode, so there's not going to be a lot of money going out there into the buy mode right at this point. I'm keeping an eye on it. If something shows up, I will let you know. I'll post something up there for you guys to look at, but right now there is nothing, and that's why you're not seeing them. Also, with the value alerts that we issue every weekend, I run the scan every weekend. If nothing shows up, nothing gets posted. That's why they're not being posted right now. All you're getting is market analysis. That's the only thing you can trade right now, because it's the only thing that I see out there that's an easy trade. So yeah, I'll be taking those opportunities. Also, for you guys that are sending me questions, stuff like that, it's best if you go to our message forum here. A lot of smart guys in there. I'm in there all day, most of the time. You can ask me your questions there, and I can answer them there, and everybody learns from your question as opposed to just one-on-one emails, which is actually not very efficient. Okay, so that's everything that I had to say there. Also, that alert or that new chart I told you about, go to the chart notes section of the website right there. You'll find every chart that I track right there on the website, and there's now a total of 18 different charts that I track, and you'll find the MIB right there. Okay, God bless, take care, enjoy your evening, and I will see you all tomorrow. Please take a moment to review our disclaimer. The information provided herein is our opinion only. Under no circumstances do any statements here represent a recommendation to buy or sell securities or make any kind of an investment. You are responsible for your own due diligence. To summarize, we do not provide investment advice, nor do we make any claims or promises that any information here will lead to a profit, loss, or any other result. These videos are for educational purposes only.